Welcome to Walking the Earth, India. Today we're in one of my favorite places in South Asia, Musoorie. It's a small hill station in the Himalayas of Uttarakhand. Not far from Dehradun, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half away. And it's a beautiful drive from there. So I just wanted to share a few things that I appreciate about Musoorie and a few challenges as well. Like right now, we're walking along Camelback Road, which is a very pretty walk that you can take here. And with lovely hills in the background. Now, right now, the clouds have moved in, which actually is one of the appealing things about this place from my perspective. But when the clouds dissipate, then you just have really lovely, verdantly green, lush hills all around, beautiful mountains. I think we're over 6,000 foot up, I believe 6,500 maybe. So it's over 2,000 meters up for sure. And from this area, you can see 6,000 foot peaks when you go up to Gun Hill Road and some of the other places to sight the mountains that are nearby, the viewing stations, I should say. So let's just discuss a few things that I've come to appreciate about Musoorie. First off, it is very nice weather after coming from the plains below. You know, Dehradun, it's like 33, 34 degrees Celsius during the day. It's hot. Rishikesh is about the same temperature right now, but it's a little bit cooler near the river. So coming up here, this is very refreshing, and that's one of the best things about the hill stations, is just kind of getting away from the heat. This is early in September, so it's technically still the monsoon season. Many of the hill stations still get significant rain throughout the year, like out by Darjeeling. So anyway, this area, first off, this is a 5-kilometer walk, Camel's Back Road. It makes a nice loop when you include the Mall Road that's up front that overlooks the Doon Valley, looking down to Dehradun, which is the major city in Uttarakhand in the northern state, which used to be part of Uttar Pradesh. The biggest, it's a very populated state where you have Agra and Varanasi and whatnot, and the Ganges and the Yamuna flow through it, including the confluence at Allahabad at Prayag. So this walk, you just have, you know, lovely rock formations, a variety of trees. It's very lush. The whole walk is peppered with these really nice little gazebos that you can sit in. I believe this is called wrought iron, maybe cast iron. I don't know much about these things, but I enjoy it. All the gazebos, for instance, you can see one a little bit further down. But they have benches all along the way for the viewpoints. So you can get some shade, you can get some shelter from the rain. Just a nice place to take some photos or some video or relax with friends or a loved one. And but all around, you'll notice you also have many old style lamps that are also that wrought iron from another age, another era, that at least reference the British Raj era. And you'll see these kind of things all around Musoorie. There's still many surviving elements from the colonial period, which you can see at the hill stations like Shimla and Darjeeling, and here at Musoorie and in Nainital. I haven't had a chance to go to Darjeeling or Nainital yet, but I hope to. I want to explore all over India. I love India very much. I want to go visit all of South Asia. But a few things that are a little bit challenging here is for foreigners, you might get turned away at hotels unless they have the C form that allows them to take foreigners in. So we had a booking and still got turned away even after, so for instance, when you arrive at Musoorie, it's generally going to be at the library bus stand, and then you're going to have a huge distance to walk to your hotel. And they don't generally run, like a lot of Musoorie is traffic free, so cars can't go through, no taxis, auto rickshaws aren't here, and so it's going to be a long walk. And if you're backpacking or carrying luggage, it can be quite a distance. So we walked quite far, and it had been a long, hot day, and then only to get turned away. And then we got turned away from another place before we finally found a spot that accepted foreigners. And there are many beautiful colonial era buildings that you can stay in here. But I would, if you are a foreigner, I would definitely check into it, do your research, and make sure that your booking is going to be accepted. You don't want to get turned away late at night after you're tired and whatnot if you're hauling heavy loads around. So that can be a challenge. The ride up is beautiful. It's an hour and 15 to an hour and a half from Dehradun. From Mussoorie, you can get some rides into some areas here in Garhwal, in this section of Uttarakhand, is my understanding. But generally, for most locations, you can't just leave direct from Mussoorie. You're going to have to go back to Dehradun, so you have to backtrack a bit. So that can be a bit of a challenge. Some other benefits, another benefit to being here is there's a lot of great food. I've really enjoyed, for instance, the Urban Turban is a great Punjabi spot with a big variety of momos, including Peshwari momo, which I hadn't had before, and it was nicely flavored. You can get veg or meat there, and they had a great variety of food there. I enjoyed what they had. Also, at the Madras Cafe, or Cafe Madras, it's a South Indian spot. And they had really good dahi vada. So it's like vada, they're the little lentil donuts. And then it had like a yogurt sauce over it that was quite nice, and great South Indian filter coffee. So you're going to find great food and drink and desserts here in Mussoorie. A nice relaxed attitude. I haven't been pressured by anybody to buy things, to get a cab, whatever. That's not even an issue here because it's very pedestrian friendly. They do have cycle rickshaws and tons of them, but surprisingly, they're not pressuring you to take one around the town. It's just easier to walk around from my perspective and my experience. There are many walks in this area. Like I said, Camelback Road, Mall Road, you can walk up past Landor, and that's quite nice. You can also do treks from here. There's a good outdoor shop here that you can arrange treks from. So I'll discuss, we'll go ahead and cut that short, but I just wanted to let you know that there are some really great reasons to come to Mussoorie. It's a good place to relax. If you've been down in the hot plains and you just need to get away from some of the pressures. In India, it's like, I look at it like it can be very beneficial at the bookends of the trip, the beginnings and toward the end. Like, to avoid stresses, you might want to start off with getting into nature as quickly as possible. Of course, it's tempting to stay in Delhi, in Chennai, in Calcutta, in Mumbai, for all the things that are available there to see, the beautiful architecture, the museums, the great cuisine. But it might be stressful. So you might want to just get away and go straight into nature, to a national park or to a hill station or to a meditation retreat or something along those lines in order to be more relaxed, to appreciate your journey in India a little bit more. Because some people come and they have traumatic experiences, they get stressed out. But if you have a way to kind of be decompressed and stress-free, breathe clean air and be in nature, see the wildlife, see the smiles, eat some good food, then you might fall in love with India. And I'm assuming that it's similar in other areas of South Asia as well. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to check out more than Nepal and India yet. But so I would highly recommend Mussoorie. Just do a little research to make sure that your hotel will be able to accept foreigners, because that will be a challenge perhaps. But that's been the only real challenge that I've faced in Mussoorie. And but I tend to like it here very much. And I would definitely come back. This is a good place if you want to come and just have a few days to do some writing, some reflection, some contemplation, have a personal contemplation retreat, a personal prayer retreat perhaps, just get and walk around a lot, then this can be a very good location for that. And you're going to eat well. Also, just then, we just heard a honk. Actually, most of Mussoorie, you're not going to hear a ton of honking most of the time. It's fairly quiet. It's fairly relaxed and peaceful. There are a lot of families from all over India coming here to vacation. A lot of people from Delhi and come up to this area from the Punjab, but also from other areas of India as well. But this is definitely a good area to visit, so I highly recommend it. And let me know your experiences about Mussoorie and the hill stations, and what you would recommend, where we should go next, what other hill stations, because I know there are tons of hill stations besides the ones I've named. Some were associated with the British, some were not. So anyway, we'll go ahead and draw this one to a close, but until next time, be happy.